Подожди.
Hello. Good morning, Professor and doctors.
Good morning. No, wait 1 minute. I start record.
All
Say
right.
some words after it. Give you words.
Thank you. Take your time, please.
Okay.
Коллеги, все на связи, я на связи.
Да. Ну, председатель, но она сказала, если сможет там с экзамена подключиться. У нее экзамен идет.
Хорошо, ну хорошо. Ну, значит, тогда...
Да, мы сейчас, да, будем начинать. Сейчас я включу запись и будем начинать.
Ну, можно объявить, что председатель пока с чьего-то аккаунта, например, там с Валерием Александровичем вместе.
Ну, у нас же сейчас смешанная форма, в принципе.
Ну, как бы мы же, наверное, не можем без председателя на самом деле.
Не, ну мы скажем.
Да, мы скажем, что он сейчас с чьего-то аккаунта под запись, а потом присоединиться будет со своего.
Да.
А не присоединиться, продолжит с чего-то.
Ну, давай я со своего, с моего аккаунта. Тут я в институте, так что. Так, ну что, тогда начинаем, да?
Да, наверное, есть смысл.
Ladies and gentlemen, the examination commission of Kharkov National University of Radio Electronics start working, and today we have defense for bachelor degree. First work on bachelor degree presented by Fouad Larabi. Please, you have time for your presentation.
Thank you, Professor. Good morning, dear Professor and doctors. Firstly, I'd like to begin by thanking you for coming to join us in this Defense Day. Please let me share my screen with you.
Not yet.
Okay. Now, can you see please my screen?
Yes, we can see your screen, and please, if you can, switch on your camera.
Switch on the camera, okay. Of course, I can.
Okay, please start presentation.
Okay. Now the camera is on.
Okay.
Okay, so my name is Fouad Larabi. I am here to make a short presentation on how to deploy and host a web application in the Azure platform Microsoft. So I would like to thank my professor, Professor Dr. Kirill Smirlov, for his wonderful support and effort. And I would like to thank other professors and doctors on the Center of English Bachelor Degree. So this is the agenda. My presentation is divided into 5 main sections. The firstly is introduction of what is Microsoft Azure. The secondly is we will see what is Azure regions, and the third one is what is the models as services models, and thirdly is how to create account in the Azure. And first one we will see the demo of this web application. It's hosted in the Azure. So what is cloud computing and what is Microsoft Azure exactly? So cloud computing is basically a collection of these services. So these services is the level of the computing like server, storage, database, networking, and the software. It's over the internet. So the company is providing these services is referred to as a cloud provider. Some cloud provider like Microsoft Azure, Amazon Web Services, and Google Cloud Platform. So Microsoft has a lot of number of data centers all over the world where the Windows Azure services are managed. Azure has more than global region than other cloud provider. So these data centers are divided into regions. So Microsoft Azure currently consists of more than 25 regions worldwide, available in 140 countries, especially Azure region. Now, I would like you to focus on these pictures. There are three main types of the cloud computing. The first one is LIAS, infrastructure as a service, and the second one is platform as a service, is PaaS, and the third one is software as a service. So what's mean LIAS, infrastructure as a service? It's basically the cloud-based service is pay as you go for services such as storage, networking, and virtualization. And platform as a service is hardware and the software tools available over the internet. And we have the last one is a SaaS. SaaS is a software that's available via third party over the internet. So here, as you can see on premises, this is physical infrastructure. If you look at this, so you see that the customer has the full responsibility. You can manage the application, data, runtime, everything here, networking, storage. And in the infrastructure services, the customer he can just manage the application and data and runtime and malware and OS. And the other part is managed by the cloud provider. And in the platform as a service, you can manage just your application and data. And the other services is managed by cloud provider. And in the software as a service, the cloud provider have the responsibility, the full control, can manage everything here. So this is infrastructure as a service. Cloud provider can manage the server and the networking and the data center. Platform as a service, it's like infrastructure as a service, but it includes the server, operating system, storage, networking, and data center. Software also is allow user to connect and use the cloud apps over the internet. So he can deploy a tools, operating system, server, networking, and data center here. So now I would like you to move. That's all I have to say about the Azure services model. And now I'd like to look at this, how to create account on the Azure services. So this is how they create it. You should go to the website of the Microsoft account. And when you create it, you have started, they give you a credit for the 200 and you pay nothing until you choose. And you have more than 25 services, always they are free. Here is an interesting picture for a web application architecture. So if you look at this, you will see the architecture of the application that we will host in the Azure. Here is the internet, is the user. So we have Azure front door here, and we have the application that we will host in the first region. This is the first region, and this one is the second region. We have the application with the database here, and this database is replicated by georeplication in the second region. And we have here Azure DevOps, so the developer can create and write the code in Visual Studio and put it in the Azure repository and then in the pipeline. And then the last step is the dev test lab. you can test the code and then publish directly. So this is the benefits of the Azure. So you don't need to update your code. It's basically a life cycle development code here. So let's see now a demo how to host this application. So here, the portal of Microsoft Azure here, I have created the application, two regions. The first region is Florey University. This region is in Canada, and the second region here is Florey University in the United States. So we have two reasons to achieve the availability. In case of this application is fail over, so we can switch on to the next application here. And here I have done web application firewalls to protect our application from the attacks like brute force attacks, like other force. And we have here the database, the first one, and second one is replicated here in the Canada here. So let's see this application how it works here. Okay.
Sorry, Larabi, but we can't see your presentation. Oh, presentation we see, but demonstration.
Demonstration. Excuse me.
Yeah.
I will share it again. I will stop the share and I will share it again.
Yeah, you share your whole screen and we can see.
Okay. Now, can you see this Microsoft Azure portal?
Yes, we see.
Good. So here, I will repeat what I said here. So here we have application. This is the first region, Florey University application. It's hosted in United States, and the second region is hosted in Canada. And I have used also here the WAF, Web Application Firewall, to protect our application from the attacks, like brute force attacks and other application. And here we have the database. I have created database. And the second database here is replicated. In case of this first one, it's fail over or we cannot access. So the customer can switch on to the second application. So now let's test this application here, how it works, and what is the benefits of this one. As you can see here, the application is successfully deployed and hosted in the Azure. And when we check the certificate here, it's valid. So it's issued by the Microsoft Azure and issues to the Azure DevOps. It's valid until November 30, 2021. So here, let's see some benefits of the cloud computing here. One of them, when we host the application, for example, let's choose this one, the second region here, and we have the possibility to scale up and scale out your application. This meaning scale up, it means that you can upgrade the capability of the host application where the application is hosted. It's meaning that you can increase the memory. So here this is scale up. This is one of the benefits. And you have the scale out. Scale out here, it means you have the possibility to increase the number of host instances. And this is the backup where you can back up your application. This one here. So this is brings me to so this is the application it works very well here. You can enter and see the web application of the University Radio Electronic Kharkov. Excuse me, let me share this slide. I will back to the slide. So this is the demo that we have seen. This is demo, and this brings me to the end of my presentation. I have talked about deploy and host a web application, Fnori application in the Azure Microsoft. Thank you for listening. And now, if there are any questions, I'd like with pleasure to answer them. Thank you, dear professor and doctors.
Okay, thank you for your presentation. Please, we start discussion, and my first question, Microsoft Azure contain a lot of services. What exactly services did you use in your work?
So here so in my work here, I have used app services plane. I have used front door. Front door is application delivery networks. I have used Azure Blob storage. This feature it's allow the user to store a large amount of unstructured data. I have used Azure Cache Reduce with database. This cache is enable high performance and scalable architecture. I have used resources group. Resources group it's a logical container in which Azure resources like a web apps and database and storage accounts are deployed and managed. I have used Azure DevOps. DevOps it's hosted a service providing development and collaboration tools. We have also Azure repository. So here these tools.
Okay, thank you. I see you know a lot of services. Please, can you demonstrate the main slide in your presentation that characterize your work? No, by another word, slide that demonstrate what you did concrete.
So here, this architecture that I have used, for example. So here, this is application that I have is Fnori application here. So this application has a database, and this database is replicated in the second region. Here, it's replicated by the SQL database. It has this database, and we have here Azure DevOps. DevOps is to have the developer have the ability to create a code here in Visual Studio and post it in the repository code, and then you can. It's like a life cycle code in here. You can put, and I have used DDoS attacks to protect our application from the
Okay, thank you. Thank you. These questions.
I have a small question. You've chosen Azure exactly.
Yeah.
Have you estimated another similar tools, platforms?
Yeah, so basically there is other platform that you can test it. There is Amazon platforms, and there is others platform like Google platforms. So I have choose Azure platform because that Azure give us the possibility, lots of possibilities to scale up and scale on your application. And they have also, it's easy for secure our application and give us the possibility to, we have other services like we can connect this application with Office 366, 365, and then we can create user there. Was my answer clear enough?
Yes, I understood. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor.
One small question. Fouad, Larabi, you choose the practically deployment and hosting an application. And from your point of view, what are the problems to deploy and hosting application on Azure, from your point of view?
Professor, could you please repeat your question?
My question is,
Yeah.
practically, you choose the topic, deploy and hosting an application, yes?
Okay.
Yes, well, okay. From viewpoint of view, what kind of problem do you see in the process of deployment and hosting an application on this platform?
In this platform or other platforms?
No, on choose platform Azure.
Why I choose Azure?
Yes. And what problem you see in the process of deployment and hosting?
So Azure, as I said, that Azure platform is, in my point of view, the Azure it's give us a lot of advantage here. So when I use it, so you can one of the problems I can see that it is security and the full control the Azure platform. So it has, so I don't have a full control of my application. So cloud provider can manage everything. Security, this is issues, one of them. And what other things that I have see here that is the cost, is the billing. So everything you say here by SQL and storage, all the services, you will pay for them. So you pay as you go here.
It's clear. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Professor.
Can I ask?
Yes, of course. You're welcome.
Yes, good day. So on this slide, you demonstrate for us services which work in Azure with database. Can you create by yourself database and demonstrate this?
Of course.
And my question will have a second part about replication. Explain once more why you need. And of course, it's better to see your previous slide.
Yes, I will see it. So here. Thank you for your question. Thanks. Let me see. Okay. Can you see my slide right now?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes, I see. And
So,
you active region, you have one copy of database, and in standby region you have also one or maybe two. Maybe I not understand correct you. And how many replicas you have and why?
Good. Thank you for your good question. Thank you. So here they have the first application that I have hosted in the first region. This is one region in Canada. Okay. And here, this is the second region. It's hosted this application in the United States. Why we use replication? It's in case of this database, it's fail over or it's unreachable. So we can switch directly to
yes,
database.
it's exciting. But what is the volume of your database? Is this very high volume? How many lines, for example? How many tables? Is it relative database? And my first part of question was about sensor. Did you create by yourself database, or maybe you use some database in order to demonstrate this web application?
I have created my database here.
How many tables, what kind of database you used?
Okay, let me show you how to create it first. Okay?
Yes.
In project remote. Okay.
Maybe you have scheme of your database.
Come again, please.
Maybe you have a scheme of data, scheme of your database, and with tables and relations between these databases.
So it's back to our resources group here. So this is the database, the first one, and this one, the second one. How to create database is basically you can go here and then choose SQL database.
SQL?
Yes, yes, SQL database, and then you can add a new one here.
And database management system you use, what kind of database management system you used?
Azure database.
Also Azure.
Yes, Azure database.
And how many tables you had?
It depends of the user, the large of user.
No, especially in your project.
Yeah, I didn't fill the query here. I have just host the application and then connect the application with database.
Yes, and how many tables in database into which you with which you connect your application?
I didn't fill the query of database.
Without query, in order to create a query, you need 2 tables. Maybe 3 tables, maybe 5 or more.
Yeah, you can need just 3 tables. It's
Okay, I listen. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you for your question.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. If no questions, the work have positive comments of supervisor, Professor Smilyakov, and positive review signed by Associate Professor Chuprina Anastasia Sergeyevna, and reviewer mark one disadvantage that in your work you not give full classification of algorithm for installing your software. You agree with this?
Algorithm for installing software?
Yeah, no instruction for installation.
Yeah, I can show the instruction of the...
No, you have instruction, but not full, not... No, it's say reviewer.
No problem. I can show you the instruction if you want. Yeah.
Not full, not enough for...
Okay, yeah.
Okay, you agree with it.
Thank you.
Okay, your sentence is finished. Thank you very much for interesting work. And next...
Thank you so much. Thank you, dear professor and the doctors.
Next work presented by Al Fatla Mohammed.